Hello, beautiful beings of love and light. It's Eve here. And I wanted to bring in astrological, numerological guidance. We're going to go into oracle card messages, some tarot, and even a little bit of dive into some of the romance decks I have out here as well. So the timestamps will all be below. Keep in mind, because of what I'm bringing through here has to do with this specific eclipse corridor that we are in. These messages are absolutely timeless and evergreen because we are standing at a giant portal of planetary evolution. I'm calling it planetary magic. All right, so let's dive in and look at what is going on here. We are coming into the last eclipse within a season of eclipses that started back on April, I believe it was April 18th, 19th of 2023. And we started off that cycle with a solar eclipse at 29 degrees of Aries. In this cycle we're in that started off then, the eclipses have been happening across Aries and Libra, but it started with Aries and it's completing with Aries. This is incredibly significant because at the same time right now, we've got Venus, Mercury, and Neptune. Venus and Mercury have been moving back and forth from Pisces to Aries, and they're now going back into Pisces, and then they will come out of retrograde and they will go back into Aries. So these two planets have been moving us back and forth from the very last degrees of Pisces into the first couple degrees, the first 9, 10, 11 degrees of Aries. And it's all happening across these eclipses that we've been having here in the month of March 2025. So the lunar eclipse we had just 2 weeks ago was incredibly powerful as well. Go back and listen to my video about that if you want to know more about what the energies were that were coming in with that. This one though, the energy is the 0 point. It's absolutely the 0 point. The number is number 9 and 29. So when we're looking at numerology, the significant numbers here are going to be 29, which also reduces to an 11, and the number 9. And that is because this eclipse energy that we've had with Aries and Libra that started back in April of 2023, within it, we are having 3 solar eclipses in the sign of Aries. And solar eclipses are new moons. They're all about new beginnings. The sun is rebirthing itself here, and the moon is allowing the sun to rebirth itself. The moon and the sun are together in the same sign at the same degree, and they're merging in essence to create a new solar energy for all of us. And this one is incredibly powerful. We will never see this energy again lined up like this in our lifetimes because Neptune is at this point along with Mercury. Yes, Mercury will come back here. Neptune, though, has a cycle of 164, 165 years. Therefore, it's not going to return to where it is today in our lifetime. We are standing at a giant threshold energetically, and it's a threshold of ascension. We are leaving behind completely and totally the age of Pisces, and we're moving into the age of Aquarius. When Pluto left Capricorn after 16 years of being there on November 19th of 2024, it augured in that first clear move into the age of Aquarius, where we now know we're really in the age of Aquarius. We're not going back and forth. However, it's taking approximately 6 months for all of that energy from late November to coalesce and truly bring us into the energy of Aquarius. By the time we get to the end of May or sometime in June, we will be fully there. That summer solstice, we will have arrived at knowing, oh my gosh, we are really here now. The energy is here. So let's look at what this is about. The number 9 is very important here. We're in a 9-year, 2025 is a 9-year. The last 3 solar eclipses in Aries occurred with the number 9 present, because the one on April, I think it was 18th, 19th, occurred at 29 degrees of Aries. And here we're having this solar eclipse on the 29th of March, right? So we've got that reiteration of 29. In astrology, 29 signals the completion of a cycle, the end of a pattern that we've been on for a very, very, very long time. In numerology, 2 and 9 becomes 11. It's the energy of manifestation. It's the energy of reaching for your dreams. The energy of 11 is telling you that something very powerful is changing within you and outside of you. And it's the energy of movement forward, knowing that you are meant to be a co-creator in this world. So when you embody the energy of 11, you're essentially saying to the cosmos, I'm ready to fully be in the energy of co-creation. You are taking on that mantle of responsibility. In the Tarot, 11 is the card of divine justice, where everything gets balanced out and a higher justice is coming in here. Now that 29 energy is incredibly strong because we had it as we started off this cycle in 2023. The day this solar eclipse is occurring, we've got it on the 29th of March. We have also Venus this week was at 29 degrees Pisces when she conjoined Neptune yesterday actually today as I'm filming this. I'm getting ahead of myself here. We're on March 27th. What is 2 and 7? A 9. Isn't that interesting? But today, early this morning, Pacific time, we had the last Venus-Neptune conjunction in Pisces that we will see for the rest of our lives. This is incredibly magnificent, okay? And what did we have it at? 29 degrees. And then on Saturday, the 29th, Mercury will cross over the 0 point of Aries and go back into Pisces at 29 degrees. And it will conjunct Neptune at 29 degrees of Pisces later in the day on the 29th. And think of this too, all of this week, all of this month actually, March, Neptune has been at 29 degrees of Pisces. These numbers are reiterating themselves in our lives over and over and over again. You may be seeing out in the world 2929, or you might be seeing a lot of 2222, 9999, 111111. Pay attention. That is the cosmos speaking to you directly. It's showing you, yes, things are afoot. And what's afoot is magic. What is afoot is magic. Wow. I keep getting that word over and over again. Believe in magic. And when I filmed my little short for YouTube, I called it wishcraft. Not witchcraft, but wishcraft. That it's time to really make wishes and to take action on those wishes, because the entire energy of the cosmos is behind us, magnifying what we truly desire from the very heart and soul of our being. That's what wishcraft is. Now, moving back a little bit here, I'm going to be going back and forth between Aries and Pisces. So I want to continue with the solar eclipse in Aries, and then we'll go back into Pisces. Back in 2023 in April, we had that first kickoff. That was a significant one. Then again on April 8th of 2024, we had another solar eclipse in Aries at 18 degrees. Well, what is 1 and 8? 9. That one, for a fact, I know touched a lot of people's lives. I was already immersed in its energy 6 months prior to that. I literally got immersed into this on the very first solar eclipse in 2023. And this is the wrap up of that cycle. And we have the sun-moon eclipse conjunction at exactly 9 degrees this time and 0 minutes. So we have the 9 degrees of Aries in a 9-year. You understand the significance of this, that we are truly ending cycles in our life. And when we see that double or triple 9, that is also the universe telling us this is done. This is the end of whatever karmic cycle you've been on, whatever cycle of learning you've been a part of. And we are now moving into Dharma. Dharma is 9 contains within it the karma, but 9 contains the energy of doing all the work, being on the path of self-improvement throughout this life and throughout many others. When we get to that double, triple 9, it's the time now of being rewarded. We are reaching the end of the marathon, if you will. We're crossing that threshold. And 9 can also be the number of hermiting, resting, being in retreat mode, because the double, triple 9 is about really going inward, knowing that we are manifesting our reality from the inside out. And this last solar eclipse, which is the wrap up of the Aries Libra cycle, is huge. We're not going to see it again. It's going to come back in again in 8 years in 2033. Not at the same degrees though. The last time we had the similar degrees was when Aries and Libra were in their eclipse cycle from 2004 to 2006. So you can always go back and look at that cycle in your life and what was going on, but understand it's not the same energy. And in fact, this one could be showing to you that whatever you were in back then, you've completely gone beyond it. You have completely up-leveled here. And there is a new platform waiting for us all, because throughout the day of the 29th, Neptune is cycling out of Pisces. And in the early morning of the 30th of March, Neptune is entering Aries. So just as we have that 29 degrees and that 9 degrees, we also have the 0 point. And the 0 point is the most powerful, energetic point for creating with the divine, for creating something very different, very new, with as little karma as possible attached. The 0 point is almost as if we're being given a blank canvas to write on. Yes, are there still certain lessons, things that we have a contract to learn? Absolutely. Yet with that blank canvas, we've got more uncharted territory that we can move into than we have ever had in our entire life. This is beautiful, all right? So this solar eclipse is giving us exactly 6 months. Neptune itself is giving us through the end of January 2026 to get in alignment with all of these energies, because Neptune will be going back and forth from 0 to 02 degrees Aries, back to Pisces to that 29 degrees, and then it will return again to the 0 point in Aries. I believe it's January 26th of 2026, at which point in 2026, we will be firmly into that energy of Aries and the 0 point. The planet Saturn will be firmly completing its cycle in Pisces and moving completely into Aries. I believe it's February, March of 2026. So we're having that planetary energy as well. Here today, though, Saturn is afoot here as well, but it's mainly Neptune, Venus, and Mercury. Okay? What are they bringing in? Well, think about this. They're both crossing that threshold of late Pisces, early Aries. They're both in that 29 degrees. They're both crossing the 0 point. The difference here is that Mercury does quite well in Aries. Mercury's considered in its detriment in Pisces, which all that means is that when Mercury's in Pisces, that you need to sit with things. You need to make sure you're not in the victim mode. You're not allowing life to control you. Instead, you take full accountability of where you are, what your thoughts are, and how you communicate. I've often seen, though, people who have Mercury in Pisces, that they're incredibly creative beings and that they have very profound intelligence. And I'm going to say that we have a portal here that's open for us to connect in with that greater divine intelligence that we each carry within us. And when with Mercury in Aries, it's that active force where we now know it's a good time for us to communicate, and to communicate very honestly and courageously. That's what Mercury's about. But think about this, in the midst of this eclipse, the solar eclipse where the sun is rebirthing itself in Aries, and the sun is exalted in Aries. It is in its highest energy in the sign of Aries. So the solar energy is coming to us in its most active, most powerful form. And it is rebirthing ultimately Mercury, how we communicate, how we observe life, how we think about things, right? It's rebirthing our very mental body itself. And then the other planet that the sun has been rebirthing is Venus. And now Venus in Pisces, where she is right now again, through all of April, she's on her throne. She's on her throne. Venus is all about our creativity, our beauty, our relationship world, how we want to create abundance, what we really want in terms of love and well-being for oneself, and how we want our world to look in terms of abundance and peace. Venus is all about creating harmony, balance, and love. That is her main focus. She's incredibly creative. And Venus in Pisces is the quintessential unconditional love. That's what she represents. The ability to completely give of self, to create something much bigger than just the self. Venus in Pisces is an incredibly beautiful, compassionate, understanding, and giving energy. And here on the 27th, which is the day I'm filming this here today, we had this morning the Venus-Neptune conjunction in Pisces. And Neptune's in its rulership in Pisces, with Venus exalted here in Pisces. What this energy is releasing for all of us is magnificent if you follow it through. If you really allow that energy to enter every cell of your being. It's the highest form of Pisces, which is the dreamer, the visionary. Neptune is bringing heaven to earth. And guess what vehicles it's taking? It's taking the vehicle of Venus, which is love, beauty, creativity, and abundance. And it's taking the vehicle of Mercury, which is our mental bodies. So Neptune is bringing heaven to earth through our heart, which is Venus, and through our mind, which is Mercury. And she's doing it right there embedded in the solar eclipse. This is profound energy, and I'm going to end the astrological, numerological portion there because I'd like to dive in and just look at what is the guidance we have here from the oracle cards. So I have the Goddess Power Oracle. I wanted to pull in the goddesses because Venus and Neptune in Pisces is the quintessential goddess energy. What beautiful goddess is blessing us on this journey? It is such a beautiful journey. I'm really feeling that this journey with Venus, Mercury, Neptune involved, and we have Saturn there as well, is all the divine relationships, the divine counterparts, the sacred soulmates, twin flame, whatever name you want to give to it. I feel like they're coming into being this year. And there'll be more coming in next year as well. Okay, but this year and going into at least the first half of 2026, these energies around sacred partnership is very, very strong on the earth. Beloved divine goddesses, what is the guidance from you for this solar eclipse? Wow, we've got 2. Okay, I did not expect that. Wow, now that is crazy. Okay, we've got death and magic. I don't think I have ever chosen Morrigan, the beautiful goddess Morrigan, and her message to us is death and magic. So we are absolutely going through a rebirth. That's what that's telling me. We're going through a complete death of the old and a rebirth into the new. Now I think that's number 37, which would be a 10. Let's see, is it? Yes, it is. 37, that's a 10. What did I say about that 11 and that 1 energy? Now is the time for you to let certain parts of your life die and recognize that this process is something that you must celebrate as well as to mourn. So whenever we say goodbye to something, there's a form of enthusiasm, a sense that we have of something beautiful on the horizon, yet at the same time we often feel sadness. And she's saying, Morrigan is saying, honor both the sadness and also the celebration of the new that is wanting to come in for you. Let go with love and let go with gratitude. Leave your fears behind, for in death there is great magic, as nothing can ever be truly destroyed. From the ashes of the old, a new life and new dreams will come to be, and this is the magic. Soon the goddess Morrigan will fill you up with this magic and a new world will be born for you. Well, isn't that interesting? This is Pisces Aries, right? Pisces is the completion of the astrological cycle. When we reach the end of Pisces, in essence, we've gone through a death and we are now going into the 0 point of Aries, the most powerful 0 point of the entire zodiac is the 0 point of Aries. All right? Yes, all the equinoxes, all the solstices are at 0 degrees of Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. Those are all incredibly powerful. The one in Aries, which is the spring equinox, is the most powerful of them all. All right? Because it signifies absolute new life and new growth. So her gift for you is that when you surrender your resistance and allow all things to be as they are, the magic will come. So what is her alignment message? That magic is always everywhere and all around us if we choose to see it there, including in death, there is magic. Like the caterpillar who has no idea yet how to be a butterfly, you must surrender to the process of this metamorphosis. So this solar eclipse is rebirthing all of us through the sun. Remember, the sun in Aries is being rebirthed in the first sign of all. We are all being rebirthed here. We will not be the same people in 3 to 6 months from now, depending on where you are on that journey. But you must make room for the miracle to come in while you are in the time of metamorphosis. Your magic is so much stronger than what you think it is. You can do this. Your dreams absolutely depend on it. And Morrigan will be with you every step of the way. Incredibly powerful energy. And the other goddess, number 6, so that's Venus energy, is Benzai Chen. This is absolutely Venus energy. Number 6, and she's all about beauty. It's about truly seeing how beautiful you are inside and out. Every part of you is exactly perfect where it is. But we're in a time, that's what I'm getting from Benzai Jen, I believe. Let me see if I can get her name right. I have never pulled her before either. So here we go. I love this. Beauty. You are at your most lovely when you are being simply yourself. She is the Japanese goddess of beauty, Benzai 10. Benzai 10. And she's reminding you that knowing, accepting, and honoring yourself as a spiritual being, having a physical experience, requires a lot of self-care. So she's reminding us all that we are spiritual beings in a physical body, and that we've got to treat our physical body as a spiritual being, because it absolutely is that. So now is the time to support yourself by surrounding yourself with all the things that make you feel beautiful about yourself, and to choosing to see the power in every aspect of your life. Okay? Open your eyes to the wonder everywhere, even in the most unexpected places. Beauty waits to be discovered. So this is, Benzai 10 is talking to us about our own inner and outer beauty, and how to really take excellent care of our physical, the physical part of our soul, because our physical body is part of our soul. That's what she is telling us. So give your physical body as much attention as you give your mental body, your emotional body, and your spiritual body, and everything will come into balance. And at the same time, she's inviting you to find magic everywhere in your life and everywhere in the world. That magic exists everywhere. And that's what we got from Morrigan too, right? Magic is everywhere. Okay, so what is her alignment message? Your ability to see beauty in your world. That's her alignment message. Is where is your ability? Are you looking for beauty in your world? Or are you looking for negativity? Because beauty is not a negative aspect. Beauty is a positive aspect. It's a harmonious vibration. So she's asking you, what are you looking for? Are you spending time looking for the high energies out there, the things that are vibrating in the energies of peace, love, harmony, well-being? Because beauty lives in all of these areas. Or are you focusing on what's not there? Oh, I have all this, but I don't have that. Why don't I have this? Are you focusing on what you don't have as opposed to what you do have? Beauty does not lie in the dark places in our life. It only lies in the light places. And she's speaking to us of self-worth. She asks you whether you've been set back by a visit of perfectionism or others that have not been there for you. So her alignment message is pulling us to also to look at the superficial part of beauty, because true beauty in its essence is not superficial at all. Yet, as humans, we've distorted that to some level, right? She's saying not to look at superficial beauty. Look at true beauty. And whenever we're in that place of absolute perfectionism, we're not looking for true beauty, because real beauty is imperfect. So she again is asking us to look on where are we expecting everything to be exactly just right? Are we striving for perfectionism every single moment? And I am part of that. You know, I've got Virgo, I'm Virgo rising. So I find myself always wanting this just right. And so I have to pull myself back in as a Pisces and go, everything is perfect exactly where it is, right? Perfection lies in imperfection. That's the message we're being given here. Whatever the circumstances, please look deeper. Okay, so there's a message of restoring here. Your alignment task is to restore your self-worth and regain your equilibrium by refusing to engage in any games that dim your light. So if you're surrounded by people that everything is about superficial beauty, you're putting your energy into that. And so Benzai 10 is telling you not to do that, because when people put their self-worth on external objects all the time, or the clothes they wear, or what kind of facial they got, or how their hair looks all the time, then you're not putting it in what really matters. True self-worth comes from the heart, and it comes from knowing that you are more than enough, and you are lovable by the very fact that you are a spiritual being walking this earth, because you are spiritual before you are physical. And she's guiding you back into that understanding of your spirituality. The more you dive in to being that spiritual being and that unconditional love that Neptune, Venus, Mercury, and Pisces energy is gifting us all right now, love creates the most beautiful things in this world. When you truly access unconditional love, you'll find that your entire outer being, your physical body itself, changes to represent that love, right? Wow. So she's asking us all to work with the energy of self-worth. How valuable do you think you are? How do you see yourself? And if you're around people that are only valuing your external beauty, or how much money you make, or the status of your job, then this is not going to help you get there. All right? So again, her name is Benzai 10. Beautiful guidance. And I wanted to pick the Oracle of Portals. What portal are we all accessing here through the solar eclipse? Divine cosmos of pure light and love. Which portal are we walking through? Because we know the goddesses guiding us are Morgan and Benzai 10. These are the goddesses to call on to guide you here. What is the portal that we are all walking through? Boy, these cards, whoa, okay, there we come. Whoop, we got two. Again, these are coming in twos. I didn't expect that. Oh, I love it. We're being asked to go on a grand adventure. Now, if that isn't Aries, I don't know what is. We are being asked to go on a grand adventure. It's time to travel. It's time to leave your comfort zone. And it's time to also gain a higher perspective. You know what I'm getting from this card? I'm getting multiple meanings. One, it's time to travel. It's time to go to places you've never been to before. And that could be as simple as just trying new restaurants. You don't have to drive far from home. Go on a new hike, simple things. Try new things out. But for many of you, I feel like you're traveling the world, that this solar eclipse is inviting you to really travel now, whether it's in car, by train, by boat, by plane, bicycle, however you're going to do that. And of course, in this card, they're in a balloon, right? So some of you might be deciding you want to get into a big balloon and travel, but it's time to leave the familiar behind and go into the unfamiliar. There's something waiting for you there. The other thing I'm seeing with all of these balloons is this energy of lightness. You want to leave the heaviness behind and you want to be lighter. So the balloon is a significator of dropping off anything that's heavy. Because think about that. The balloon can only rise when it's light, right? The energy of the balloon, what that symbolizes. And the balloon is filled with air. Well, what is air? Air is light, okay? You're leaving behind anything that's keeping you where you are, anything that's keeping you dense and heavy, and you're changing your perspective. That's the last message I'm getting here. It's time to get a much broader perspective of your life, where you would like it to go, and where your true happiness lies. Because again, this eclipse corridor through Virgo, Pisces, because we had the lunar eclipse in Virgo with Sun in Pisces, and Aries is an invitation into a new reality for each and every one of us. And the reality we're being invited to enter into is so much bigger and broader than the one we are going to leave behind. Oh, I love this. I've never ever seen this card before, and it's sunset. Wow, there I'm getting adventure is Aries, okay? Being on an adventure, looking at life as a great adventure as well. And I'm feeling sunset is Pisces, because Pisces is the sunset of our lives. And how in this card, she's in a place of deep inner reflection. So Pisces is asking us to really go deep into a place of inner reflection here. And it's number 7, which rules the planet Neptune. And that's my number as well. I love this card, the sunset portal. It reminds us that everything eventually comes to an end. Okay, so that's, and it's funny, I put her right under a Morgan. The sun is now setting on something significant in your life. This could be a relationship, a project, a pattern, or even an era or cycle. It's coming to an end. This could have been a place where you lived, a school or a business, or something less obvious like a belief. Because remember, adventure is saying it's time to gain new perspectives here, and it's time to gain higher perspectives. The only constant thing in life is change. And so she's the sunset card. The sunset portal is just showing us all that we are standing at a portal and our life is about to change. Again, we're going back to Morgan. Honor the death of this cycle, whatever it is for you, because magic awaits you, right? And the magic of a brand new adventure in your life. Get your feelings flowing here, though. Okay, so she's saying in order to do this, you've got to really move through your emotional body. Your emotional body is the doorway to the new awaiting you. You've got to go through every emotion in the completion of this cycle in your life so that the new sunrise is coming for you. And she's also saying, congratulate yourself for all that you have learned and embrace the full spectrum of feelings. Embrace everything. Have compassion for yourself on this journey, and then just simply let go. I love that. I really do, because these two cards actually work together, don't they? When you let go, then the balloon takes off, right? And you're on that new adventure. Love it, love it, love it. So I want one last guidance from the hero's journey, and then we'll dive into the tarot. From the hero's journey. We're all heroes here today, aren't we? What are the hero's journey? What's the advice for us on the hero's journey? What can we take with us? Wow. Divine discernment. That's what we're taking with us. Divine discernment, number 13. Number 13 in the tarot is the death card. And we've got all that beautiful violet flame energy with the white, right? Step back to find clarity. So the advice is find clarity here. Step back. Again, you cannot truly find clarity unless you embrace every emotion you have. Remember, the heart feeds the brain. You've got to go through the heart first to truly get to the mind. Divine discernment is telling you, step back to find clarity. And you will find it here. And that's Mercury, right? So we've got Venus here, we've got Mercury here. It's really, really beautiful energies. Yeah, this is about being in yin mode, which is the inner reflection mode. When we're in our yin mode, which is the emotional, being in our heart space, being in our hermit space, our inner reflection space, this is where we fill our tank. and we reflect on our larger vision and our larger purpose, so that when it is time to move, we will do so with precision. So our advice is to use divine discernment to know exactly where you are right now. Are you in the place of inner reflection, rest, finding your own clarity? Or have you already moved through this and it's a time for action? For each and every one of us, we might be in one or the other, or we might be going back and forth. All right? So this is a beautiful, beautiful card. There are times to do and there are times to be inactive. To know which mode is most appropriate, though, step back and practice discernment. There we go. Love that advice for us. So let me put these away, and I want to see what the Tarot is bringing for us here in this solar eclipse. With Neptune going into Aries, with a Neptune-Mercury conjunction, with the Venus-Neptune conjunction. Wow, 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups, 5 of Arrows. We're getting the same messages from the Tarot. 9 of Cups can be a solitary card, but 9 of Cups is also about having your dreams. It's a wish fulfillment energy, okay? Your dreams want to manifest. Believe in them. But we had the 9 of Cups coming up with the 5 of Arrows, which can be, you've had a lot of disappointment. You've had things that you have to let go of. So in order to access the full energy of the 9 of Cups, you've got to let go of something. Don't hold on to grief. Be in the let go mode, however long that takes you. The 5 of Arrows is an energy that wants to leave you, because from the 5 of Arrows or the 5 of Swords, we go to the 6 of Swords, which is the calm waters. Yeah, there's a tower happening in your life. Let it happen. Or a tower moment has already happened. Something unexpected. But understand, the tower is a card of freedom in the Tarot. It's a card of freedom. It's throwing you off something that is no longer meant for you, or it wasn't meant for you right now. Okay? So the Tower card can be a representation of the cycle's ended, it's over, it's time to get off the cart. Or 2, this is not healthy for you, don't stay on this, you're being thrown off, okay? And the 5 of Arrows, again, you could, with the Tower card and the 5 of Arrows, I think that's a card of disappointment. That you could be leaving friendships, you could be leaving household situations, you could be leaving relationships. Some of us I know have lost people around them physically, have left this planet. For some, it's literally that death card. Wow. And I was asking, what is awaiting us? And I have Cupid and I have love. This is beautiful. The Prince of Arrows is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Swords. But in this deck, it's Cupid. Cupid's arrow. We are all being struck with magic, but we are being struck with the magic of love. This is the Lover's card. Oh, wow, this is phenomenal. So when you look at what's coming into your life right now, the 5 of Arrows is something that's just leaving. And think about this, the swords are fast energy. So whatever disappointment or grief or sadness you're in, please know it's not going to stay with you long, okay? But acknowledge it. And then I wanted to get 2 more cards to end with, and we have the 3 of Coins, which is the 3 of Pentacles, and that means working together with others, okay? Working together with others to make your dreams come true. Wow, I love it. We are going to end it there. We have the 3 of Coins, working with others and working towards something. Yeah, you're building something in your life. It's going to take work though, okay? You've put in 3 coins, there's more to go. The 3s are about celebrating though. They're about working in tandem. When we're looking at the coins or the pentacles, or we're looking at the cups, it's usually a celebratory energy where we're doing something with others. And the last one is magic, magician. We're getting the word magic over and over again here, aren't we? What did I say in the very beginning? Little did I know that was what was going to come out. Magic is afoot in your life. Embrace it and let go of any kind of sorrow, but at your own pace, please. All right, so I'm ending the tarot there. And then I want to tap into my Twin Flame Ascension cards because we've got love here, right? We've got Cupid, we've got the Lovers, we've got the Magician. So what do the Twin Flame Ascension cards bring? What are they bringing for us? Wow, beyond illusion. We're moving beyond illusion. Okay, what did I say? We're changing our perception. Remember I said this is about changing our perspective. We are changing our perception, which can also be our perspective. We are going beyond illusion. We are seeing finally what is truly real. And what is truly real comes from unconditional love. And the number here beyond illusion is 66. So you might be seeing a lot of 666. The second card I got was awareness, 333, crystal clear vision. So when we change our perception of something, we look at it from a higher perspective or a different vantage point, we are going to get a crystal clear vision. And remember, we also had divine discernment here. Wow, so we're gaining, all of us are gaining deeper awareness. So how many more cards do you want to give me? 1 or 2? I love it. Oh my gosh, I think I'm going to end it there. Transformation. The battle of the heart, the head versus the heart. They're not meant to be in battle. It's 444. They're meant to work together. This is not a battle. The heart leads the head, but you need both. Remember, the heart is what pumps blood into every part of our body. The heart nourishes the mind. And I love this because we have here a heart and we have a pyramid of light. So the heart represents the fullness of our heart and the pyramid of light represents a clear mind. When our heart has processed through its emotions, our mind can be clear. Okay, I love these guidance. So let's end with the whispers of love. We know the guidance here. We know what this path is all about. It's clear to me. We're all going into transformation. Wow. I mean, the whispers of love don't normally come out that fast. Look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize on this journey. So for some of us, we need to pull on that inner strength. We need to call on our cosmic light team, call on the goddess Morgan and Benzai 10 to give us whatever extra strength we think we might need. But you are moving into something new, back to what you love. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want and what you love. So we're going to end here. You are going back to what you love, what your soul loves, what your soul really deeply wants. You are returning to that. The path is clear. It is beautiful. The butterflies are leading you here. Divine discernment is leading you here. Gaining a higher perspective is leading you here. And knowing that your heart needs to be fully open and you process through these emotions so that your mind becomes fully clear and at peace. I love you all so much. Sending you a big hug. Please share this video with others. I feel like these messages are very, very important. Share it with others. Subscribe to my channel, please. Leave me a comment. And I send you all magic on your journey here.